So apparently 54% of Americans are overwhelmed by the amount of clutter that they have in their home. And 78% of them admitted that they don't really know what to do with it and they get overwhelmed and it just piles up and they leave it there. But decluttering does not have to be this crazy overwhelming thing. It is something that we can do every single day with small little tiny habits. And I'm going to be sharing with you 15 lazy ways that you can declutter your home, take back control of your space, your time, and your energy. So let's jump into it. One in, one out. Every time you buy something new, something's gotta go. We are on like a seesaw right now. So if you buy 5 new pairs of clothes, then you gotta get rid of 5 more because otherwise it's gonna be imbalanced. And then you're gonna wonder, why don't I have a space in my drawers or anything? So every time something comes in, something else is going out. Have a drop zone basket. This is something that I've been doing for the last couple weeks where I have a little box and I will just chuck everything into it when I do not have time to go through it all individually. And then I will set aside time in the next week to sit down, organize it, and put everything where it belongs. This could be like all the mail that you have to go through, or if you need to clean off a countertop super quickly but don't have the time to really organize it, just shove it all in that basket, but make sure you look through that basket at the end of the week. 5-minute tidy. Before you go to bed, set a timer for 5 minutes. Put your phone down, stop scrolling on it, and start scrubbing the surfaces, maybe your kitchen or your nightstand. Just do a little wipe down because when you wake up in the morning and you wake up to a clear space, it is a breath of fresh air and you're not spiking your nervous system up and you're not anxious. So 5 minutes is all it takes. You can replace the scroll with the scrub for a minute, okay? 5 minutes. No chair piles. We all have that chair, that one chair or piece of furniture that we just chuck everything onto and we're like, we're gonna fold that later. Like, I'm just gonna put it there. Stop putting it there, because when you put it there, it's just building up and then you visually are looking at clutter and that will set off your nervous system. If it's a piece of clothing, put it away immediately. It takes less than 5 minutes, less than 1 minute probably, to fold that blanket that is draped over there and just put it in a little tidy spot. Nothing goes on that chair anymore. Nothing. It is a non-negotiable. And as soon as you start really implementing that, you're gonna realize, that was a lot easier than I expected. Like, wow, that really didn't take that much effort. Trash walk. This is something super easy you can do anytime you are just leaving a room. Look around for 1 second, become present, and then grab something that doesn't belong in here. Grab a piece of trash and go and recycle it, toss it, or donate it, whatever it is. Just every time you leave a room, do a little look around real quick and just grab one thing. And before you know it, you're gonna build up that momentum and then the space is suddenly gonna be a lot less cluttered because you don't realize how often you were just walking through your house. So you might as well start grabbing something as you go. Popping in real quick, if you've ever had one of those moments where you wake up and you're like, I am just gonna declutter my entire house today, like I'm gonna have the best thing. Usually happens at like 2 in the morning, right? You have the epiphany and then you wake up and you're like, ooh, never mind. I feel ya, I am there with you, and I want you to hit that subscribe button because I am going to be talking all about my decluttering journey, tips and tricks that you can do to get started as well, other things about habits, self-development, productivity, and all that jazz on this channel, and I know that you will like it. But I'm gonna stop jibber jabbering, leave a like, leave a comment, hit that subscribe button, let's get back to it. Small laundry loads. I used to think that I had to wait until Sunday to do all of my laundry at once, and then I'd get really frustrated because it would take so long. So now whenever my bin gets full, I just put it through the wash and then I just put it away instead of dedicating a specific time and day for everything. I just do it as it piles up, so then I don't have to have this crazy day full of doing all of my sheets, all of my bedding, like everything all at once. Like I love to just wake up, and if I have laundry, I'll just toss it in because it's gonna take less than an hour, and then I switch it over, and then by the end of the night, I'll just take it out, It's just simple stuff like that is really gonna help you out a ton. Clear counters. Your counters are not storage, especially your kitchen. And the kitchen is the one we are often spending the most time around. So it's really easy to pile things up. I mean, we have like this little bar area that will come in and just put stuff on it. And it's really hard to not keep that cluttered. But every single night, I really try to make sure like the kitchen is in order, because the first thing I do when I wake up is I go to the kitchen, I get a glass of water, and if it's full of stuff, I'm like, oh my gosh, that's another thing that I have to do. So counters are a non-negotiable. Just wipe them down. There doesn't need to be stuff on there all the time. Maybe put your key, put it whatever you need to prep for the next day on it, but everything else is just clutter, find it a home or let it go. Do an end of week reset. I kind of love the end of the week because I know that I'm going into the weekend, and I set up a framework for myself every single weekend, which includes mental, physical, and digital checklist to make sure that I'm doing everything that I can to set myself up for the next week. And they're like little check boxes. I'll actually leave that link in the description if you are interested in that. It's a framework, so you don't have to do every single thing on it, but it is a simple guide that's going to help you declutter and just stay more present in your everyday life, get ahead of the things that are coming up in your workplace, your life, X, Y, and Z. Delete as you scroll. Digital clutter is one of the worst things in the world now. I mean, I know you know this. When you take a picture and then that storage thing pops up and it's like, you don't have any space. And you're like, how did I get here? What do you mean? All I did is take 10,000 pictures and then not delete any of them. So anytime you find yourself, scrolling through your camera or something, if you see something that doesn't need to be there anymore, just delete it. Delete it as you are doing it. Otherwise, you gotta sit and set aside time to declutter. But when you do that for digital stuff, it is way harder to digitally declutter than I think it is to physical, because when you're scrolling, you see that photo, you're like, oh my gosh, I remember this time, blah, blah, blah. And you get way more distracted because it's all right there in your face, whereas opposed to like physical, you can just be like, all right, toss in this. Designated donation bag. Have a trash bag always in like a corner of your house or like in the back of your closet that is for donation stuff. So anytime you come across a piece of clothing, you're like, I don't really want this anymore, immediately into the donation bag. One thing I saw recently with someone who was also in this decluttering journey is they said that they would book an appointment with like a friend. They'd go to like a coffee shop, but they would make sure they scheduled it near a donation like drop bin box, whatever those things are called, so that when they went to coffee, they would bring their bag, because other than that, it's just gonna sit in your car, So it's really about just like taking action on these things and continuing forward. No free stuff rule. Listen, if you wouldn't buy it, why are you gonna take it for free? If it really does not have any value to you, don't accept it. For me, I go to running races, right? And they're always trying to give out all of these freebies, the free hats, the free water bottle, the free shirt. And at first I was like, yes, this is amazing. And then I did a couple races and I was like, wait a minute, I haven't worn this thing and I don't think I'm ever gonna wear it again. So then I had to donate it. But you know what would have stopped me from doing all of that is not even accepting it in the first place. So if it's not something you would buy, don't accept it for free. Use it or lose it. If you have not used it in a year, lose it. It is gone. It is out of our vocabulary, out of our house, out of everything, out of mind, out of sight, get rid of it. You don't really need it. And I know you think you do, but here's what we're not doing. We're not keeping these maybe piles anymore, because those maybe piles are the ones that are going to be maybe stressing you out in like 10 minutes because you're like, oh my gosh, why is this still here? Like, I don't, So no maybe piles, same containers. Now this one is interesting because what I've noticed as I start organizing is I really want same containers, like same bins to put things in, matching stuff, because when you have these matching sets of stuff, it just visually makes everything look better. It looks like it is a lot more in order, as opposed to if you're mixing and matching with everything. Obviously, in the beginning of the decluttering journey, I am mixing and matching everything I possibly can because I also am frugally not wanting to go out and spend a lot of money. But as I continue in this decluttering journey and organizing my space, I am going to start investing into more of those like matching bins or Tupperware that I can use to store things. Simplify your wardrobe. When I came home from college, I kid you not, I donated like 12 bags of clothes. It was just clothes I'd kept since I was 15. And I got back from college and I was like, oh my gosh, I've never gone through these. So since I got home, I put intention into more of a capsule wardrobe. I really only keep the pieces that I love and I genuinely wear every season. And I sat down and had to look at them and say, I haven't worn this in a couple years and I'm not gonna wear it anymore, clearly, if I haven't. So out of here. We're losing it. We didn't use it, so we are losing it. So I really encourage you to try and build out a capsule wardrobe and really only keep the clothes that make you feel confident and that you are going to wear. And be honest with yourself. We're not keeping the maybe items, okay? Don't double buy. If you already have a black sweater at home, you don't need to go out and buy 2 more. You don't need another set of measuring cups. We have like 4 sets of measuring cups. How do we get these? Oh, well, they were on sale. It was like 2 for $5. I'm like, well, we only need 1 of them. When you are in those situations of wanting to buy new things, definitely take a pause, take a breather, and think like, do I already have this at home, and would another one benefit? Okay, now that I've given you 15 lazy habits that you can easily implement into your routine, and I know that you are capable of doing it, I believe in you. I want you to let me know in the comments which one you are going to start with. And if you want more simple habits for a calmer, stress-free, clutter-free lifestyle, then definitely stick around. You can check out the weekly reset framework that I have in the link in the description. But I don't want you to forget, the most important thing is that you are so awesome. I'm so awesome. So you might as well subscribe, and let's be awesome together.